To get premium trading and investing tips, support on Patreon.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome to another Market Watch video. Today we're going to be talking about the potential investments that you guys can do in the next period going into Team of the Year. If you guys want to know what we're going to be doing and how I think the market will react for the Team of the Year, make sure to watch my previous video. This is not going to be talking about the patterns for the Team of the Year, as you guys should already be familiar with them from last time out. Now, before going into this, I just want to state that the 83s have struck a lot of heat over on my Twitter when I tweeted out that I didn't invest. Now, just to be clear, whoever dropped hate on me or anything like that, I just stated that I didn't invest because I feel much safer to invest when EA basically provides something. What they did actually is that they waited till like a day that nobody would expect that they're dropping this SBC, and people basically offloaded. Whoever was hoarding the 83s, they dropped low. I think on Thursday, because of more supply, they went to 1K, something like that. But when the SBC actually dropped, they were at 1.5K. So what I did was I started buying as a crazy. I mean, all of my subs started buying them for 1.5K. We stocked a lot of them, and we sold between 2.5 and 3K, all of those, because it was clear that they were over-invested. A lot of people argued that the Team of the Week SBC is not, the Team of the Week is not as good, and that's why the SBCs are not being done, but that's not the case. I do think a lot of it has to play out with the over-invested market. Like if you watch any trader, if you watch any specific Twitter account, there's people hoarded the 83s. Like, this is what we do in our channel. This is why I didn't suggest you to go in exactly and specifically with the 83s. That's why I was hesitant to tell my subs, you know, go and buy the 83s. I always provided this as an option if you guys wanted to gamble in, but I didn't go in. My subs, most of them didn't go in because it's a thing where too many people start buying something, it doesn't work out well. Now, please don't drop any hate on this video below because of the 83s. I'm just stating what I did and why I think that process. So whoever is watching this video, I want you guys to remember this moment for the upcoming period so you guys don't get screwed, because we made a shit ton of coins, and I really mean like a lot of coins we made with the previous Team of the Weeks, which we're gonna also buy right now. We're gonna buy them into Thursday. I feel like the market is getting low right now, and it's gonna go lower into Monday, into Tuesday. The previous Team of the Weeks are gonna drop a lot. They're gonna have those uptrends on Thursdays where you can sell for a bit of profit if you buy with good cam styles. I also made a video on that one. If you check and scroll through my previous videos, it's what me and my subs on Discord usually do, and how we made a lot of profit. There's people making 200 to 500K per week just with this method, let alone with other methods that we're doing as well. I feel like I need to talk about the ones to watches, because there's a lot of people talking about the ones to watch market currently, and I feel like the ones to watch market will go up, will continue going up into the Team of the Year period. But when the Team of the Year period drops, they will drop in value. It happened last year as well. If we look at the patterns from last year, I specifically remember some of the cards going up to 35K or something, the cheapest ones. Then they dropped for Team of the Year down back to 25K. It was a 10K drop. So if you bought around the December 21st when the Team of the Year was out, if you bought those cards at that specific moment, you could have basically made a lot of profit in the next week, because that was the span time when those cards went 10K up in value. Now, if you, for example, buy the ones to watches now and wait until they're in packs, you have a month until they're released. The new ones to watch winter edition should be out. Last year it was on 2nd February, should be out on the first Friday of February. I don't specifically know which date it is, but the first Friday in February they should be released, the winter ones to watches. So if you want to go and invest now, in terms of returns of interest, the ROI, and in regards to the time that you're holding these cards, is not that much effective. I don't want you guys to go in now. I want you to wait for Team of the Year to make them drop slightly. They probably won't be at the value that they are right now. I think they're at like 18K or something like that, but they're getting hype right now, so let's just be clear. Last year at this moment they were around 15, 14K, but basically If you want to get in, I suggest you trade with other cards, short-term investments, make more coins in the process until we get into the Team of the Year drop. And then that's when I would look at the ones to watches. Even if they're at 25K, there's huge potential if they're needed for the SBC that they go up to 35, maybe even 40K like they did last year. So I really do believe you guys need to look at from this perspective, from the time perspective, because if in a time span of a week, you can make 15K profit per card, but if you make like 30K profit in a month, I do believe that week in terms of time, regards returns of investments is way more, is better for you guys. Is also faster to make coins whilst you can wait and do coins on other investments. Now, the road to final, second batch of layers. I know some investors talk about this card, which I really like. I really like Felipe Luis at 33K, 35K. If you watch the patterns of how his Champions League card was actually moving in price, in my opinion, there is no way the live card can be that cheap. I know a lot of people are saying that Atletico Madrid won't win against Juventus, it will lose, and if they lose, they're gonna go down in value. But basically what will happen is these cards, while they are in packs, the road to final, this is potentially their low point. We saw on the previous road to final cards, their low point was while they were in packs. Even during the Black Friday period, yes, they dropped back down, but they went up. So our trading plan from my Discord group and from my Patreon is to buy these cards, basically getting into while they're in packs right now, while they're at their low point. Right now, they're somewhere near to their low point. That's why we're buying. And then sell them into Thursday probably, or into the next week for profit, because they should gradually rise as they're out of packs. While we sell them for profit, we wait for the team of the year sort of crash to bring them back down. Once they bring them back down to low levels, we will basically get back in on these road to final cards, and we'll potentially also gamble on someone's. We're gonna gamble on someone's throughout the period of when they play their games, but keep this in mind. Some of the teams play their first game right when the Lunar New Year is out. You guys, if you guys don't know what Lunar New Year does and how much that affects the market, watch my previous video. Just go back, watch the last video I made before this one. Go and watch it, because the Lunar New Year is a really important event. The market will go even lower in February than it will go for Team of the Year, and that will affect the market a lot. So if you guys want to gamble throughout this period, I suggest you that you search for players that you buy, the Road to Final 2 players that you buy for Team of the Year drop, and you buy those that play before mid-February. Because when their games are before mid-February, and if they win those games in this time span of those 2 days, if you want to gamble for them to win the game, like the team that wins the game and they get hyped up, they get higher in value, if you are into gambling that one, make sure that the team plays before February 15th or anything like that. Last year, Lunar New Year was on February 19th. That affected the market massively, and it could affect also the Road to Final players. So if you go in investing wise in January for Team of the Year period, when everything drops back down, guys, just keep that in mind, because it will be a lifesaver for investing wise into the Road to Final cards. Now, the last thing that I wanted to mention today is that the Premier League 85s are under 10K, which is a mad value. I think they will go up all to like maybe 13, 14K of values into player of the month hype. Salah, in my opinion, will be the player of the month. I also gambled on a Salah in form if he gets hyped up. I'm not sure if he'll get hyped up, but if he's in form or the Champions League card get hyped up, there's some profit to be made. It is a high risk investment. Also, I'm sure Firmino will get into Team of the Week for scoring a hat-trick. So we are planning to buy some players that link up to him. We're looking into Fabinho and specific players that could provide links. As I said, Eriksen, for example. When Son got out in the Team of the Week, you saw Eriksen for 300K of value. For the Team of the Group stage, Eriksen went up to 400K. There was a guy in my Discord room that bought, I believe, almost 10 of them. He made such massive profit. Like, that was a GG and crazy profit that he made. So always look for links from the Team of the Week cards that will be in demand, as people will buy more of these cards. I'm hoping that Fabinho will get hyped up in this sort of manner and will push up because of the hyperlinks with Firmino. So if that happens, we're gonna make good coins. Monitor the market, monitor the prices, so you know for future reference if you can invest in those. Guys, if you have any questions, drop them down below. Again, if you want to join my Patreon trading group, 1st of January is the time to do so you don't get billed twice. We're gonna go and do mad coins into January. It's just gonna be the Team of the Year period. It's gonna make us a lot of coins, and then we're getting into the March period where February, March is going to be one of the lowest low points throughout the whole year, as it was last year because of the Lunar New Year. If you guys still don't know what Lunar New Year is, just watch the previous video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!
To get premium trading and investing tips, support on Patreon.